Welcome to this edition of Backstage Pass with Leah Chang. I'm your host, Leah Chang. Today, I finally get to sit down with one of my absolute dearest friends, Messeret Stroman Wheeler. She is a prolific, award-winning filmmaker, producer, actress, and voiceover artist. Welcome to the show, Messeret.
Thank you for having me.
I'm so glad we get to have this little New Year catch up.
Yes.
Executive produced by husband and wife team Messeret Stroman Wheeler and Ed Wheeler, Keepers of the Flame is their passion project and a love letter centering Black women and their sisterhood in the fight for the right to vote in 1913, noting unsung women who should be remembered. Helmed and produced by Shari L. Carpenter with producer Tia Dionne Hodge, Keepers of the Flame is written by four-time Emmy Award-winning writer Judy Tate and features Messeret Stroman Wheeler, Noelle Ramsay, Celestine Ray, and Montana Lampert Hoover.
Thank you for having me here. This is so good for us.
It's good for my heart and my soul to see.
Me too. So Ed Wheeler, my husband, he has passed on, but he's with us in spirit. He and I decided to do this because we wanted to honor Black women and suffragists. And
it's so timely.
It really is. And to show, what they went through. We didn't always have the right to vote. And this was their struggle and, the efforts they put in to get the right to vote. So Keepers of the Flame takes place, I like to say, what a woman said in Golden Girls, picture it. 1913, Washington, D.C., on the eve of the Women's March to Vote. And it was the first organized march on Washington. And the formidable Mary Church Terrell, who was a phenomenal woman and a civil rights activist, is the character that I play. And then Nellie Quander, who was a leader in the Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, which I am also a member of. And Edna Brown, who was a leader with Delta Sigma Theta sorority. Nellie Quander is played by Celestine Ray, Edna Brown is played by Noelle Ramsay, and these women confront and challenge Alice Paul about including Black women in the play. And Montana Lampert Hoover is playing Alice Paul. Marianne Eggleston's Orlando Urban Film Festival. We were nominated for Best Director, Best Short, and Best Actress. We came home with runner-up for Best Short Film and Best Actress Award. I happened to get. So that was nice. That was really lovely. And it happened actually to screen on my mother's birthday. So that was,
that's
a
really
gift.
special.
Yeah. And then after that, we received runner-up for Best Inspirational Film at J. Shannon Burnett's Pulling Focus Film Festival. We received at Tommy Nichols' Charlotte Black Film Festival, we received Best in HBCU Award. And then at Chike in Woolfo's Silicon Valley African Film Festival, we received special mention for short narrative and congressional mention as well.
Very cool.
That's pretty cool. I was fortunate that my manager called me one day for a short film, so I shot that in this month, February. And the filmmaker is a new filmmaker. He was actually a politician in Brooklyn, Raphael Espinal. And then the following week, I was approached by a fellow actress, but she's also doing a new show called Queendom PI, which is a lot of fun. So I'm really excited to see, what happens with both of those.
Sure.
But one is a short film, and then one is going to be, kind of continued series kind of thing that she's doing. Yeah.
What was your very first professional job? in the arts?
Yeah, right. Let's see. So, well, if we're not going to talk about interning, but I understudied with a national tour of Negro ensemble companies from the Mississippi Delta.
Okay.
I did that tour, and then right after that, I ended up getting a musical, and I laughed because a friend of mine was asking me the other day, do you sing? Are you a singer? And I said, well, I can carry a tune, but my very first job in New York was in a musical. And it was at the Village Gate. And it was, a small little cast, but it was fun. Susan Watson Turner and her husband Richard had written a musical called Just a Night Out.
Okay.
And so that was a fun little
Okay.
thing for me. So I got to dance and sing and,
And how did you meet Ed?
So people assume that because we're actors, we met doing a show. We met at Vita getting our taxes done.
But
That's where we met.
how romantic.
I know. I told somebody that, and she said, "Oh, that's boring." I said, "I know.
It's real."
But that's what happened. I said, "But behind the scenes of that is there was a show we almost were in together, and the show it was an August Wilson piece, and Joe Turner's Come and Gone. Yes, thank you. That I was in, and they wanted to cast him in. This is stuff I found out later. They wanted to cast him in it, but he had cast something else. He was cast in something at the
He was
Public.
always working.
Yeah.
Always working.
So he, in the show I was doing, everybody was doing. His best friend was in the show, Bill J, and the director, Kenneth Richardson. He had just worked with him, and there were a couple of other people. So they talked about him a lot. So I always heard his name, but I didn't know who he was.
Oh, okay.
So I never paid attention.
Right.
And then at Vita, we both happened to be looking on the list, and he
And you each saw each other's names?
Well, he asked me, well, what number are you? And I said 20, and he said, oh, I'm 21. And I looked and I saw Ed Wheeler, and I said, hey.
Are you the Ed Wheeler?
That's exactly what I said. I said, are you Ed Wheeler, the Ed Wheeler? And he was looking at me like, who is this?
Stalker woman.
Right, exactly. So that's where we first met. And then, after that, we actually went to have a little lunch after that. But, it wasn't
a date.
No, it wasn't a date.
It was we just had our taxes done.
Yeah, it was like, oh, okay. So, yeah. And so Vita will always be dear to me.
Right.
I don't go there anymore, but,
Well, your celebration of his life was really special. And I was so privileged to be invited.
Thank you for coming.
What a special day.
Thank you.
I know he was dancing in heaven.
Yeah, I really wanted to honor him in an upbeat way, and he had always said, I don't want a funeral. I don't want people being sad and crying and looking down on me. I don't want that. And he had even let our niece, Audrey Wheeler Downing, and her husband, Will Downing, he let them know, I want you guys to sing. And because I knew it would be emotional and felt like it would be they recorded it, they recorded My Way. And we played that, remember, as the pictures played. So, he was a great man, a wonderful soul, the love of my life. I miss him dearly. And funny enough, today is 6 months to the day since he passed. But he was a good man. He was a good human being.
Yes.
Yes, he was a great artist. He was a great actor. But essentially, he had a good soul. And people always say, he was a good man. He was good. He was generous. He was kind. He was loving. He was warm.
So what's on your wish list for 2025? Manifestation. We're going to manifest whatever it is we want.
Okay. Well, It would be great to be consistently working as an actor, yes.
That's what we all want.
Right.
Just to be working as an actor.
Right. You know, series, features, all of that. That's very good. In the meantime, I'm also with Keepers of the Flame. It's being sought out.
Yay!
All of these things that are coming up this month have come to us for March. So, and we have also a college that wants to screen it. So people keep hearing about it, and we keep getting interest.
And the idea also is to make sure it's in the colleges and it's in the libraries and it's accessible.
Right.
So I think those should be the next steps.
Yeah. Oh well, we're working on it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Well, yay! I'm looking forward to seeing Keepers of the Flame sometime in March. Well, I have I have one possibility.
Yes, the 16th.
The 16th
Yes.
in March. Messeret, I'm so glad that you had the time to come in. I'm so grateful. I'm so proud of you.
I'm proud of you too. Oh my gosh. I mean, I still have the very first picture I have of us, Ed took, and I think we were on 6.
Thank you for joining me for this edition of Backstage Pass with Leah Chang. I look forward to seeing you at Keepers of the Flame.
Yes.